IRL F2. Today we are in Sandboard in what it could be, well, not it what it could be, but it's round 4. And I have to say the turnout didn't look promising, but at least we have 14 drivers, which is one driver more, I think, than what we had last week. So I think it's, I mean, of course, it can be improved definitely, because we know there are some drivers leaving. Probably Energy Sales or Ethan, he's leaving soon. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit disappointing, but as I always say, numbers are not everything. I mean, we could still have a really good race despite the numbers. Jamie Morris joined last minute, but yeah, that at least he joined, and maybe we are expecting Casper to join through quali. That would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Well, today, as you can see, we are racing in the Netherlands in Zandvoort. About the track, it's a really technical track. I mean, it's overtaking. It's not easy. Since the track is not wide enough, and it has about, if I'm not mistaken, about 13 corners, I think it is. And the race, well, in a 50% race, it has about 36 laps. So I think it's the same as in Austria, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. And as we had, well, the same as last week, we have rain in quali, but this time it seems is intermediate condition probably. Let's see who's the first driver to actually go out, as we're gonna get this ready. Alright, and let's see, we have some comments. Since today I'm alone, since Jack is not around, I'm gonna be quite active with the chat. There we go. Hello Eric, how are you doing, mate? And there's still 17 minutes remaining. Well, I mean, there's only 1 minute that has gone. And let's see, because we have the first couple of cars going out. We can see the first one to actually get out on track is Joey, also known as Hugh. I'm not gonna say the surname because it would be unprofessional from me, because I cannot say it without laughing, and I know that's even less professional, but it's the way it is. So I'm gonna call him Hugh, if that's okay for him. He's gonna be probably the first driver to start a lap. The good thing is that probably drivers will do more than one consecutive lap, since in wet you don't use that much of ERS. And I have to say, probably this track is, for me at least, is one of the most like, it's the one I have more fun driving. But it's true that for racing it's horrible. And let's see. Oh no, he's going straight back into the pits. Well, so now it will be the Mercedes. I think it is from Bran. No, it's from Ethan. Oh, Ethan de Jesus. Starting his lap, that first corner. Really important to have a really good exit. Then you have this sort of left-hander. As we can see that he's not pushing that much. I think he's taking it easy. I think he's like trying to see how the track is right now. Good to see you here, Eric, and glad to see you here relaxing from work, you know. And glad to hear, well, probably because I'm the only Spaniard that you know. That's why I'm your favorite one. But yeah, we can see that right now. I think, yeah, that I think he's not really pushing. We can see that he's taking it easy when going out of the corners, and he locked up a little bit there. And I think behind is the McLaren from IMD. I really need to take the driver spreadsheet, since I need to take a look at the names. I still don't know all of the names. Probably most of them I do. But yeah, I still need to memorize. And we can see he sets a 1:19.5. And the McLaren driver will be the next one to cross the finish line. Will he be able to beat it? Doesn't seem like it. I think he's going into the pits, and I think now it's an AlphaTauri, but that's Rocco who gets the fastest time at the moment, and just behind him, 13 thousandths of a second, it's Nino Romanello, which is amazing. And let's see who's next. Well, Devin. I mean, this is a non-stop, you know. Everyone setting fastest times, as we can see Brandon behind his teammate, his provisional teammate. As we can see in Alfa Romeo, I think spun around. Right now it's Luis Cortis who's about to finish his lap, heading to this, I would say, sort of parabolica. I think probably you could compare it, which has like the form of oval circuit, as we can see Oli getting second. But Luis, with a 1:18.362, gets ahead of Devin only by 9 thousandths of a second. During the whole season, these guys, I mean, has been showing that they are quite similar in pace, and if Luis doesn't bottle like he did last week with that, I think it was a drive-through what he had to serve, he can really be up there with the rest. Let's see, let's go one lap with Mateus. I think he has Haas ahead of him. And I think we have Jeremy. Is that you? Who is hoping no rain for F5 tomorrow. I mean, I agree. Rain in Sandboard, it's even more difficult than what it really is. Alright. And let's see, because it's, yeah, I think, yeah, the Haas got out of the way for Mateus. And Mateus has also shown that he's a quite fast driver. I'm not sure if as consistent maybe, but definitely he's one to watch. And if he really have a good day, he could be challenging for the win. And let's see, he's about to cross the finish line, and that's 1:18.7, 4 tenths lower than the fastest time, but just ahead of the AlphaTauris, so not a bad time at all. And yeah, we can see Ethan has improved. Leroy sets a time just behind the Mercedes. And Brandon, I think he has also improved, and I think he's now in his in-lap. Vitinho also with the 1:20.7. And he's not on another lap, but let's go with, no, the McLaren just started the lap. Yeah, maybe I think the best idea is to stay with Brett. Well, or maybe not. No, maybe not. I didn't see that front wing damage. That's my bad. And let's see, because there's 10 minutes remaining, and we can see there's still 4 drivers without a lap. Brett definitely will have to go into the pits in order to switch the front wing. But then we have here the McLaren driver right now on a lap. Let's see how fast he is. And we can see that Jamie has joined back. As long as you join back in quali, I mean, I don't think that's a real problem. And it doesn't seem like it's a bad lap at all. We will see. He's now heading to the main straight. And what is he going to set? A 1:18.8, and that's enough to be Actually, he said this exactly same time as Rocco. I think last week something happened between the two drivers, but I cannot remember who were those who said an identical time. But it's just, you know, quite hilarious to see that. Right now we can see some drivers on their second attempt. No. I was going to say I was gonna stick around with Lee Kelly, but he was not on the lap. Right now I think it's Hugh who is on the lap. What is he gonna set? 118 it seems. 118 and that's enough to be the fastest on track right now. So I think right now we could have a really interesting race. As we can see, we have 4 drivers in about 2/10. That I think that's not a big gap. And then we have 5 drivers in less than a tenth, which is insane. 8 minutes remaining, and the only drivers who haven't set a time are Jamie Morris and Brett Koch. And we can see here Victor in the end did a 119.2 just behind Bran. And we can see that the whole grid, I mean, it's not that separated. I mean, it's just 1 second with 2 drivers still to do a lap. And Brett is back on track. We'll keep an eye on that. But right now, let's go with, well, no, not Ollie, because he just finished his lap. But maybe no, the McLaren just did his lap. Rocco. Oh, and Nino just hit the wall. I think he probably made contact with the grass, and that made him lost the control of the car. But he has been lucky enough to save it and to not lose a wheel while his teammate is about to cross the finish line. Is he going to be able to set the fastest? Yes, he does, with a 1:18.1, and he goes purple. Enough to be first right now with 7 minutes remaining, but there's still time for any of these to react and set a faster time. And we can see here, I think Joey just gave up, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe he's still on the lap. It seemed like he probably went really deep on that corner. But I think he's still trying. We'll have to keep an eye on the time he does now. No, he's not improving. And Bran gets a lap which allows him to be 6th, which is not bad at all. And meanwhile, behind his teammate, will he be able to do the same? I mean, I think he's on the last couple of corners. Going full throttle, and he loses the back end, but he doesn't crash. I mean, if I said that Nino was really lucky to not crash, definitely Ethan was even more lucky to not crash with that incident. I mean, he really lost the back ender. It seems like he's not feeling comfortable at all. And he really needs to do something, because he has 6 minutes remaining and he's outside the top 10. I don't know if some drivers are currently driving with a dry setup. Maybe the race is dry. But yeah, definitely some are struggling quite a lot. As we can see Brett right now finishing his lap, but not a good one. I think, yeah, he's going for another one. We're gonna stay with him, but with an eye on the other drivers like Devin. Well, let's go with Devin. No, let's not go with Devin. Let's stay with Rocco, who right now is on his second attempt. It seems like he's not, maybe it's a marginal improve, could be. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he improves again, and that's 1:18.121 with 5 minutes remaining, and that could be a really good time. As we can see, I think Brett, I'm not sure if he was on a time right now. I mean, no, he's not on a lap. But who is on a lap? It's Jamie Morris, who is about to head to the main straight. He hasn't set a lap yet, but he has 4 minutes to do so. Oh, and he loses the back end and he hits the wall. But luckily, it was just before the entry to the pits, and he's gonna have time to switch. Yeah, and have another go. And we can see here, which is an interesting strategy, Nino Romanello preparing the softs. I think he might try a lap just at the end. I think it could be for dries. I mean, there's a driver that just came out. Well, definitely Luis is on a lap right now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems like it's for dries, and some drivers, I think they've gone out, and I'm not sure if they're gonna have time to get back on track again. As we can see, Luis really struggling there, losing the back end, and here he will really need to go back to the pits really fast in order to have another lap. And I think that's a really good call by those drivers, because I really think it could be ready for dries just for the final lap. Let's see what the drivers decide, because Luis, I think he's going to the pits again. Well, because he really needs to go to the pits again. But it's gonna be a difficult call. I mean, I think it's for dries. I mean, look at that. The tires are not even showing a spray of water. So definitely, I think it's gonna be dries. But we will see who's the first one to go out, because definitely everyone will want to have like the track at its best. So we'll have to see. Right now, only on track is Mateus Oliveiras. That I don't think he will have time to go out again. I mean, 2:20. That's gonna be really close, and it could actually not annoy, but it could actually block his teammate from going out. But we'll see if it's enough. So let's see, because with 2 minutes remaining, we can see the first one to go out is the McLaren from Amadi. Yeah, and we can see that he's going quite slow. I mean, I don't really think he really wants to be the first one to start the lap, as we have 130 remaining, and literally everyone is going out now. We can see the Williams are just on the edge of not making it, but if the Williams aren't in the edge of not making it, look at the Red Bull. I mean, and we can see there's yellow flags, people letting everyone by, some people going slow. We can see that McLaren, I mean, this is gonna be like an Italian qualifying, so it's gonna be kind of cool, you know, to see who's gonna be the first one to start a lap. And we can see that Williams, I think he's not gonna have enough time to actually start his lap. If he actually makes it, it's gonna be insane, because he just came out and it's gonna be quite close. But let's see. Right now, I think it's a McLaren leading this kind of train. And the Racing Point is going really slow, but he's gonna be the first one to start this madness of an ending to qualify. Everyone just has an attempt. They cannot make any mistake, and as the time passes, the track is gonna be better. So the one that starts the lap last is gonna have the best conditions. We can see on the minimap that there is a huge traffic there, and there's only 15 minutes remaining, so seconds remaining, so that means there's gonna be someone who's not gonna make it. And I think the Williams is not gonna make it, the Alfa Romeo is not gonna make it, and probably the Red Bull will not make it. As we can see, that Racing Point crashed there and has retired, and that's Brett cautious. We can see 1 second remaining, and as I said, the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo didn't make it. And right now there's gonna be a lap just behind to try and get the best lap possible. As we can see right now, the McLaren probably in the best condition. I think he was really clever, as well as the Renault from Jamie, who could be on a perfect position to score a pole position. But we'll have to keep an eye. As we can see, he's only improving by 2.7, which it's not enough, but we'll have to keep an eye as he's about to head to the last couple of corners. Will he be able to set a lap fast enough to be in pole position? We'll have to see and wait as he's about to head to the finish line. What time will it be? At 1:14.4, and we can see right now it's probably the fastest time, but Jamie is just behind, trying to get his lap sorted out. And I think it's gonna be quite a close call. As we can see, it's gonna be a 1:14 probably. And he sets the fastest time, but now it's a McLaren. It's totally flammable. Is he going to be second? Yes. He's not going to be a pole, but look at that, Luis. Just about second, but Rocco immediately gets ahead. Lee Kelly in third position. We can see also Hugh in a really good sixth position. Nino was not able to improve his time. I mean, he did, but not enough. And we can see in the end, this has been a madness of a qualifying. As we can see, Mateus Oliveira, in the end, I think he used the time glitch. Unless my timing is the other way around, I think he used the timing glitch, which is dirty from him, and that probably will be reviewed by the steward. And that has been a really mad qualifying. And we can see this is a qualifying result. We can see Rock on pole, Luis in second, Mateus in third, but I doubt it was a clean lap. Lee Kelly in fourth, really great quality lap from him. Jamie in fifth, Oli Flabel in sixth, Hugh in seventh, Amadi in eighth, Nino Romanello in ninth, Victor in 10th, and outside the top 10, Brandon, Devin, Ethan, and Brett Koch. And those last three, those in the bottom three, could not set a lap in dries. Brett, I think he crashed. Devin didn't make it on time, so he just crashed to the wall. And then, yeah, Mateus. No, Mateus, no, but the other driver didn't make it on time as well. And then, yeah, Mateus, I'm not sure if he used the time glitch. If there's somebody at the comms who knows about it. Yeah, and Ethan, we can see that he said that was close from the wall earlier on the session. As we can see, the race seems like it's gonna be interesting. I think we could have some rain, maybe not. I think it's gonna be an interesting race in terms of strategy. And we can see Eric 7 minutes before the quali ended. He said maybe Slicks runs in the end. I couldn't see that one coming, but he did, and I have to give full credit for that. Hopefully a few dead bodies in the start. I mean, I hope they don't crash, because there's already like 14 drivers, you know. If somebody crashes, it's gonna be like 13 or 12, so I hope that doesn't happen. For those who are watching that, I think it's 7 people right now. I would like to know your prediction. I think it would be great to know. I'm gonna say mine. Let's see if I remember at the end of the race. I think it's gonna be. Oh, and Nino disqualified already. That's great. I'm gonna say Luis for the win. I think he has more pace. I think Rock is gonna be second, but I'm gonna get Devin into third. I think he's gonna make an insane comeback. I mean, he has really good pace, and I think he's the one that could actually make it work. As we can see, he's on mediums. 2 drivers are on mediums, Ethan and Devin. Then we have Brandon and Brett on hards. Interesting call from them. But then we have, yeah, the top 10 on softs. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna, just before reading predictions, if you actually make a prediction, I'm gonna actually read the standings. As we can see, this could actually be a really good race, because Devin is leading with 53 points, but he really needs a comeback from that 12th spot. Then we have Mateus Oliveira in second with 45 points. His teammate Hugh in third with 40. Felix Negver, who is not today here, with 39 in fourth. Then we have Thomas Traupis, who is not racing as well, with 33 points. We have Brandon Glover in the Merc with 20 points, and just behind we have Rocco, who hasn't been consistent enough, but today starting from pole could be in a perfect position to actually make a really good race. But we'll have to wait and see, as we can see the drivers approaching to their grid spot. Who's gonna take the win? Who's gonna make a bottle? We'll see in a second. As we can see, no one is brave enough to make a prediction. But hey, we are about to start. We can see that last racing point, who will be the last car to get into its respective grid spot. And in about a second this will begin. So let's see, let's hope we don't have that much of a glitch in this race. As we can see, first red light, 3 red lights, 5 red lights. And away we go. We can see the AlphaTauri, not the best start, but it doesn't seem like the Haas didn't really have it. As we can see, Legende joined, but just that was really bad timing from him. But the race goes on. As we can see, Oli Flabel losing a lot of positions, as well as his teammate. I think there was some kind of contact there. As we can see, the Alfa Romeo from Victor just on the last spot, or maybe it's just a glitch. We'll have to trust on it when this ends from changing. As we can see, Rocco has been good enough to keep his position. Meanwhile, behind is the Haas, trying to get as close as he can. Look at this, Renault from Jamie trying to... I think he gained a position. I'm not sure how and where. I think probably it was in turn 1. But he's in 4th and he's starting in 5th. So really good start from him. As we can see, that Williams behind from Hugh, really trying to get that position. And Lee Kelly, yeah, Lee Kelly was the one that lost that many positions. He started in a great 4th spot, but yeah, he's just lost 2 positions on the first lap. And yeah, we can see Oli Flabel still in 7th, his teammate in 8th, Nino Romanello in 9th. So yeah, pretty much everything the same. David has actually gained 2 places, as well as Ethan. And Brandon has lost, yeah, I mean, he started on hards. What did he expect? And we can see Lee Kelly trying to defend. I think is that, not pretty sure what is happening there, but he's now down the inside, and I think they made contact probably. There was sort of a misunderstanding there with the ghosting car. As always, Codemaster bringing the best. And let's hope this gets back to normal soon. It would be great to have it. And we can see Rocco is still leading us. We can see this is back to normal, or I hope it is. And yeah, we can see that. Yeah, now no one is ghosting, and we can see a Red Bull there going side by side with the AlphaTauri. The little sister of Red Bull being quite nasty there. I mean, really putting things difficult to the bigger brother. And we can see both McLarens really struggling, as they haven't had the best of the starts, but still 7th and 8th. So they still have a lot to do this race. As we can see, fastest lap done by Luis, just behind Rocco, the only one that is being able to follow him. And look at that, Williams really launched that, and Lee has to lift up a little bit. And meanwhile, behind the AlphaTauri from Nino makes the overtake on the McLaren. Really good overtake there. We can see some people locking up. Nino really trying to have a really good exit. I think he's gonna have it. I think he's gonna try it. I see that, no, he used plenty of ERS already, and I think he's not trying. But look at that, Devin already behind Nino as he overtook the McLaren. He's really struggling at the start, and Devin really looking fast on mediums. So it's going to be interesting how the strategy works out. Oh, and that McLaren really, I think it was going to try a move there, but yeah, he didn't have the space to try and dive down the inside. Is he going to try it here? No, he can't. And that probably is a warning. And meanwhile, we can see plenty of cars really close. He touches the curb quite a lot, but yeah, and he uses plenty of ERS. Probably not the most clever thing to do. As we can see, the Red Bull, I think he's gonna try a move. Now he waits behind, and we can see Oli really locking up. And oh, and that's Jamie. Jamie has bottled. Does he have damage though? No, doesn't seem like it. So I think he just spun. Probably he touched too much the curb. And we can see now a three-way battle for 12th. But we can also see this battle going on. I mean, it's quite closer. And let's see how the battle is going for 12th. I mean, we can see that Brandon and Brett have been really struggling on these first laps. I mean, it seems like they are quite alike in terms of pace. But yeah, it seems they're gonna struggle the first couple of laps. But once the drivers, you know, in softer tires start struggling, I think they're gonna have a bigger chance, you know, to try something. And we can see, meanwhile, behind Devin, only 2/10 apart from Nino, and I think he's gonna try around the outside. Is Nino gonna try and defend it? Yes, he does. He locks up, and I think it's a beautiful overtake by the Red Bull round the outside, but Nino doesn't give up, and I think he's gonna really try down the inside. They both lock up. He still tries, but Devin closes the door, and that's another position for Devin that it's definitely, I think he's going for the win. I mean, I put him third because I thought it was gonna take him much more, you know, to overtake these cars, but his pace is definitely F1. I mean, look at that. He's just on mediums and overtaking everyone like if nothing happened. And meanwhile, behind we can see Victor really putting pressure on IMD, but give me a second. I'm gonna read comms. And Eric's prediction was Lee Kelly wins, Luis Corti second, and Ollie third. And we can see that, well, I mean, it's still possible. We can see Ollie and Lee are close from the podium, and we can see Luis is right down the position you predicted. But I mean, it's quite a bold prediction. And we can see here finally the McLaren trying to move down the inside. He almost makes contact. Both of them lock up, and we can see Nino lost already the DRS range to Devin, but he's really trying to keep up, but not possible though. And Eric said, surprised that only 4 people started with medium and hards. I mean, I'm not sure if starting in hards is the best call. I mean, at the moment we can see they're losing quite a lot of time, but definitely I think most of the people, you know, when they saw that dry conditions were starting to be the ideal ones, I thought most of the people were going to do their laps on mediums, but we can see they didn't. And right now the McLaren all over the AlphaTauri. I think Nino's going to try and defend down the inside now, but I mean, we can see that he's really struggling with pace, and right now he's down to 9th. I don't know if he's starting to struggle with the tires, but yeah, we can see that meanwhile behind Ethan is starting to catch with those mediums. We can see that he's not Devin's pace, but yeah, still good enough to try and make the overtake. And we can see the Alfa Romeo, who was already showing the front wing to Nino, trying like saying that he was there, you know, that he was gonna try the move. But yeah, in the end, it was quite risky. And we can see that Jamie still has the pace. I mean, his tires probably will start to give up, but he's still putting pressure on Ethan. Oh, and he went on to the grass. I thought he was going to lose the back end there, but he didn't. He's still on the race. And meanwhile in front, Devin really closing on Ollie. I think he's gonna try it on a different spot, because we can see that he has been for several laps behind and he hasn't really tried to move there. As we can see, he's closing and closing on the McLaren, but is he gonna try? He locks up a little bit. Well, most of the drivers lock up there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Amadeus Kieran. Last time I said it and I always forget. And we can see finally Devin makes the move on the straight, and he's about 1.7 from Hugh, who's actually trying to overtake Lee. And meanwhile behind, Nino trying to fight with the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo trying to go for that inside. And we can see Jamie trying to down the inside. The Merc, and they still side by side. They do not make contact. And they're just going out of that corner side by side. But it's definitely the Merc who keeps the position. But he's really trying to make the overtake work. But yeah, Nino is really making it train. And I'm surprised that Bran and Brett haven't been able, you know, to cut the gap, to cut down. No, cut down is actually to give up. Oh, when we can see Jamie Morris spins again, and that's unfortunate. Another spin for him. As we can see, Victor is another one as he leaves the session. That's a red squid, which is annoying because we can see Jamie bottled twice, and once he has bottled, he has given up. And I don't know if that was actually contact with Ethan, because we can see Ethan is now behind Brett and Bran, and that's really unfortunate for him. As we can see, Luis went into the pits. Yeah, Luis went into the pits, and Luis is just behind this group of people, which is not perfect for him, since he will really need to make the overtake work. Because I think he really wanted like to make an undercut, but be behind, I don't think it was best idea. And Nino also tried to go for the undercut there, which definitely should be quite interesting to see if he make it works. And yeah, definitely Hart should make it till the end, or I think that's the plan. And let's see ahead, because right now we have a four-way battle for 8th. And yeah, we also have a McLaren battle, and let's see if Rocco goes into the pits. Yes, he does. And I'm not even kidding with this, but I think Mateus could be in a good position to actually make an overcut. But we'll have to wait and see. I think Brandon is really pushing, but will he be ahead of Devin? No, Devin, no. Rocco, I'm not sure. He's going right now out. And if he's not ahead of the AlphaTauri, that's drama. That's drama. I mean, he hasn't been able. Luis not only didn't make the undercut work, he's just behind, and we can see there's yellow flags. There's no Haas, and that's Luis. That's Luis into the wall. Again, I mean, after last week bottle, you know, where he spit it under the safety car, he just now bottled again. I think the pressure probably, or he has made contact. I mean, I was not able to see what happened there, but once again he cracked. We can say he cracked under pressure. And what's gonna be interesting is to see if Ron has the pace, you know, to try and follow Rocco, because that would be great for him. And yeah, Mateus keeps on running, but I think he definitely needs to make a pit stop, unless he really wants to avoid that that group of cars. We can see Luis finally pitting. And let's wait what happens, because it's only 11 laps. We still have 25 to go. And definitely Brett looking hungry, you know, behind Bran, and Ethan starting to struggle on those tires. Oh, and that's Brett. What a save, what a drifting, amazing stuff by Brett. He was losing it, but he was able to save it. And well, I mean, he lost some time, but it would be worse to be on the wall, so not bad stuff at all from the Racing Point, who in a few moments will be under pressure from the Ferrari driver, from the Irishman. And let's see where Mateus goes. As we can see, the pit window for medium, it's now open for a one stop, so that should definitely be interesting. As we can see the AlphaTauri going ahead, and yeah, Mateus was not ahead. So I think one more lap and probably, well, I don't know if he was starting to lose time, but yeah, really close from that. And I don't know if he's gonna lose time, but that's a big chance for Lee, you know, to try and recover and get closer to Mateus. Let's see how much time he loses. As we can see, more comments to emerge on the comment box. As we can see, yeah, Sound Resort, how good to have you here. What a save by Brett there. Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I was amazed. I mean, I was really wanting a safety car, you know, to come out, but he really saved that one, and he will really be proud of that. As we can see, this train of cars, as Brand is not quick enough. He has been under pressure by his teammate since I don't know if he made contact with Victor, but yeah, and he has been just behind his teammate all the time, but it doesn't seem like he's really trying to make the overtake, or at least, I mean, he's using ERS, his teammate is not. So interesting tactics going on, and we can see here the McLaren making the move on Jamie Kieran. Well, he just made the pit stop, but Jamie's on a 12 lap soft, and that's interesting, because I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do there. He already spun around twice. I'm not sure if he's looking for a third. And Eric saying long first stint with hards, and then he will push like an animal with mediums. Oh, you mean Brandon? All right. Yeah, I was starting to wonder, you know, who were you talking about? But definitely, Eric, I have to say, I don't really think he has the pace. As we can see, Devin finally pitting. I already forgot about him, but I think he really has the pace. Yeah, I mean, he started on mid, so he didn't really have another strategy to go with. And right now, let's see where Devin emerges. It's going to be just behind Ferrari and just ahead of Kieran. And I think Devin really has the pace to try and catch Rocco. Now we'll have to wait and see. But I really think that if he starts pushing constantly, I think he should catch. Meanwhile, Mateus is all over the Merc. He's looking tasty, and he's really trying the overtake, but he's losing a lot of time. We can see he was, well, actually he didn't lose that much time. I mean, he was 3 seconds behind Rocco before the pit stop, and he's now 3.8, well, only 1 second almost. Not bad at all. As we can see, Nino, I think he just was overtaken by Joey, but look at that, they're side by side, and it's now the Williams trying to protect the inside as they made contact, and Nino really tried to hold the inside there, and I think Hugh was really hard on him, closing the gap that really existed, but definitely Hugh's not having it, and he defended like mad, and we can see Nino struggling for ERS, as we can see the Williams catching the McLaren teammates. And well, now it seems like Nino is not having a bad pace. It seems like, well, he could be on the fight for points. And let's see here, because Mateus hasn't made the move, but we can see Brand's teammate is really trying to find a gap, find somewhere to sneak in, but as I said earlier, Sandboard is not a track for overtaking. I mean, it's really fun to drive, but you really struggle to find a gap to overtake, and if you're on a slipstream train, it's even more difficult. So we can see Lee trying to take a look down the inside, but yeah, he was not close enough to try the move, and he's still behind Brett. But I think that with a good exit, he could have chance down the inside on turn 1. We'll have to keep an eye. He's having it. He's going down the inside. Brett close. He's just on the last second. That was, I had flashbacks there. And Lee tried a really optimistic move down the inside there. I thought they were gonna make contact, but yeah, as I said, that gave me flashbacks of Barrichello and Schumacher in Hungary in 2010. Now we can see, oh, there Kelly really having a exit and really saving it there. But look at that, because Devin, well, he's taking it. I mean, you're giving me the position, well, I'll take it, and he's now up to 6, and he's really cutting on Brett. But that was, I mean, it was a mistake by both of them, as we saw Brett also struggling a little bit, but not as much as Lee Kelly, who was able to really save that one. I mean, they're really struggling today. Just a pity of not having Jack Yates here. I mean, it would have been great to have him on board with me, but for whatever reason, he hasn't been able to make it. And we can see virtual safety car. I'm not sure why, but that could be a pit stop with 19 laps remaining. Yeah, they are pitting. Well, I mean, it's a perfect. Oh no, but Ron is pitting. Oh no. And that's not what. I mean, I don't understand the play from Bran, because he was on hards and I don't think he will make it on mediums. But I mean, for Bran it's perfect, because he's probably what he was waiting for. But for Ethan, however, I think he lost about the time he would lose in a normal pit stop without the virtual safety car. So yeah. And we can see that now Devin is on an interesting spot, because all the guys ahead of him have pitted, and we can see Bran gets a drive-through penalty. So all that interesting move, you know, for nothing, as he gets a drive-through penalty that he will have to serve now. And yeah, all the incredible stuff he did with the strategy there, well, it's messed. So never mind. What looked like a possible podium for Bran on those mediums, it's now another heck of a race for him. And right now we can see Hugh really, yeah, I mean, it's no, oh, look at that, I mean, really, that was really late move from Oli there. I mean, if I said before that what happened before? I mean, I said it was a flashback of Hungary 2010. Well, that was even more of a flashback. I mean, it was quite identical to what happened there. But yeah, Oli really aggressive on the defending, and we can see Brandon into the pit to serve that. I mean, even serving that drive-through, he's just 2.4 behind his teammate. So he could really be looking for a 7th spot, and we can see there Nino really defending on that Renault, but I think Jamie is not having it. And Jamie, well, was on a 15 lap soft, but if he had waited, I mean, 18 lap soft, that's insane. But if he just waited for the virtual, that would have been insane. But yeah, he couldn't expect it. It's impossible to expect a virtual safety car, and I'm just wondering why it came out. Well, as Eric said earlier, oh, and we have a safety car. Luis Cortes retires, and I'm not sure if that was on purpose. I mean, it was at the exit of... let's get with the leaders. I'm trying to look. Yeah, I think he really lost it. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can really lose it there. So I don't think it was on purpose, but we have a safety car. And if we wanted some action, we are back with some banging race or an ending, because now I think it's going to be even more interesting to see who pits, who doesn't. And it's a pity to see how Luis Cortes, you know, throws away another possible win. He did it last week with that drive-through. Here he did it with that front wing damage, and now with the DNF. So yeah, not what he wanted really. And right now with 17 laps remaining, the safety car is out. Right now they are sticking to the Delta. So it will be interesting to see who stays out or who pits. I mean, going on mediums could be actually an interesting move, but we see Rocco pitting. Will Mateus pit? I mean, he really needs to try something different because I don't think he's quicker than Rocco, and he's not pitting, so he's staying out. Devin is staying out. Lee Kelly is staying out. Hugh is going actually into the pits. The McLaren as well. And yeah, actually Brett wouldn't have to pit. The question is, will he be ahead of these two? As we can see, Rocco emerges just behind Lee Kelly. Well, he hasn't emerged yet. Yeah, he's now on the exit. And I think Brett is going to be just ahead of him. So actually it's a masterclass play by Brett, since he's on the top 5 and he didn't even look. And we can see they're trying to stick at the delta, and we can see Joey going side by side, and I'm not sure of what happened there, because I think Brett really had the position gain there, but I'm not sure if it told him to give the position back to Hugh. That's actually interesting, but it's just unfortunate. And we can see behind, Nino is back on the race. Ethan, who seemed to be blocked by his teammate, is now again back to in the race. And now I think we're gonna have an interesting race, since everyone except the top 3 is on mediums. Well, actually, looking at it with some perspective, I think I'm not sure if it's a mistake to actually stay out, but definitely it's gonna bring some drama, since the hard runners are gonna try like crazy to defend. But yeah, just give me a second, guys. I'm gonna tweet about the safety car. Yep, done. So let's see right now, Eric, probably you will be watching, or I expect you to do so. What are you expecting for the end of the race? I mean, do you think the hard runners will actually hold on? As we have 15 laps remaining, it seems, well, I mean, Bettini, I mean, he rage quitted, and now probably he would have a big chance, to try and come back in the game, but yeah, I mean, rage quitters and what it has. And safety car in this lap, so 14 laps of action, and we can see there's gonna be a lap car on the way, which it's unfortunate a little bit. It will kill the restart, but hopefully they will get sorted soon. So let's see. Mateus will set the pace. Devin will try to move. He really has the pace, so he has a big opportunity ahead of him. As we can see, the McLaren making contact. I'm just gonna take a quick look if he has damage. It doesn't seem like it, so it was a small contact. Probably it will get removed. Oh, what a crack. Sorry. I mean, my voice starting to fade away. As we can see, Mateus kinda surprised Lee, but hasn't surprised the Red Bull. As we can see, Devin is really going for the move down the inside. He's gonna try and dive it down the inside. As we can see, Rocco made the move on Lee Kelly, and they made contact as almost going sideways. Devin really keeping it there, and Lee didn't have the best of the start, and now Rocco is where he wanted, trying to hunt the top 2. And now I think Lee is gonna be a kind of a stopper, but it will be interesting to see if these guys are able to hold Rocco behind with new mediums. But let's see right now, Devin staying behind, waiting for the moment to try the move. And I think it would be better for Devin to be in front and Mateus to hold on DRS in order for Rocco to not make the move. But hey, I'm not here the strategist. But we'll see here. Brett under pressure from Jamie. And we can see Lee really struggling. He could actually be overtaken on the straight, but we'll have to wait and see. As right now we have here a double action. We have a fight for the win. We can see here Devin really looking for that slipstream, but he's not. Yeah, he's not close enough to try the dive down the inside. But we can see here Ollie overtaking Jamie, and he's now up to 6. As Kieran is trying to move. He was looking around the outside. Oh wait, and he actually does it. No, he doesn't. I think he's really trying to look, as we can see Brandon going into the pits, and I'm not sure what happened there. Probably some kind of damage. So for those who expected him back in the race, well, he's not. And we can see here behind we have an interesting battle. Ethan closing the train, and Joey had to pit, which is unfortunate. Oh, and that's Kieran. No, that was lag. Oof, thanks God. I mean, I really want this to be clean, because then I'm a steward, you know, and I really have to see all the incidents. And let's see here the Red Bull under pressure from Rocco. And I think this is going to be a hell of a battle, because Rocco really needs to score the points back. Devin, I mean, he really doesn't need it. Mateus right now could be leading. And we have yellow flags in sector 3. That's Nino around on the last corner. And unless he crash, that's not a safety car. I mean, another safety car could actually be interesting, because, well, yeah, middle runners could actually make it to the end without any problem of tire wear. And we can see Nino had damage from that, so he had to pit. And let's keep an eye on Kieran, because he's quite close from Jamie, but will he try to move? I don't know. Meanwhile, behind Rocco all over the Red Bull, but he cannot really make the move. And Nino going on soft for the last 12 laps. Not a bad choice, but he won't catch the guys ahead of him, so that's unfortunate for him. And let's see if Rocco makes a move. He's gonna really try. He's not close enough. He doesn't have the straight line speed. And we can see the Red Bull is all over again, the Williams. But I'm not sure if he's gonna really want to make that move work, because I think right now he's making sure that Rocco is just behind of him. So if he really tries a move, I think it would be a complete mistake. But let's wait and see. Now Rocco all over the back of the Red Bull, but he's not trying it. The Red Bull does. He dives down the inside. Sorry for missing that action. The Williams trying to hold around the outside. Watch out for that, because they could make contact. The Williams trying to hold it, and I thought Rocco was going straight into the wall. And we can see Lee going back to this group. And now it will be interesting to see if Mateus can keep up with Devin, or if Devin actually had some pace that he hasn't shown yet. But I think this is better in order for Mateus to keep the position, and it will be more interesting. But let's see if Mateus is able, you know, to keep up with Devin, as he's already 6/10 behind. I mean, probably in this DRS range, well, as long as he keeps himself in DRS range, I mean, I don't think he will be under pressure from Rocco. But yeah, he really needs to keep an eye on him. As we can see, Brett also kind of joining back to this battle, as he's getting on. Oh, and we have yellow flags in sector 2. That's AlphaTauri, could be Nino again having issues. As we can see, Rocco really trying to make the move down the inside. The Williams trying to hold round the outside, and Rocco makes contact. Rocco is round, and that's a really hard hit from him, because he really needed the points, and he's now trying to get back. I mean, he really has the pace. He has 10 laps remaining, and he's 7 seconds probably, or 6 seconds behind this back. But once he's back to, I mean, once he's behind Ethan with his pace, I think he could really make it work, the comeback at least. And let's see if Mateus has the pace to try and battle back Devin, because it didn't seem like it. He has more ERS definitely, so that could be a big factor coming to the final laps. But we'll have to keep an eye. And let's hope that Rocco can actually join back and watch out, because we have a battle going on here, as they're side by side on a really fast corner. Around the outside, William goes. Nino goes a bit deep. He's gonna touch a little bit the curb, and that for the moment it's Nino's position. As we can see, both AlphaTauris in 9 and 10, what could be a really promising day for at least one of the AlphaTauris. Now it's the other way around. I mean, not what they probably expected. And again, Hugh really looking hungry, you know, for that last point position. And who's catching? It seems it's Bran, who could be joining the battle soon. And a three-way battle, well, I would take it, to be honest. Oh, and look at that. Nino definitely didn't have the exit he wanted. They are both really struggling for ERS. Both have DRS. And I think Nino is trying around the outside, but he's not making it work. Will he try the switch back? I mean, he's on softer tires, so he should be able to make it work by traction. Oh, he goes down the inside. That was quite risky, but he makes it stick. And he's... No, he had to lift up a little bit. And look at that, they're both waving. And that could have been the contact made. But once again, on... Oh no, is he gonna try it? Is he gonna be that bold? Nino really trying that, that's making Bran to stick again with this group of people. Well, this pair, this duo. And we can see Rocco is 5.6. He's not catching really. I don't know if he picked up some damage from that, but that was a really low hit because he really needed a good position to be back on the fight for the title, and yeah, he bottled, we could say. And right now we can see Nino is gonna really try it again. No, he's not gonna be close enough, but will he try it due to traction? Oh, he makes contact and he makes the Williams lose the back end a little bit, and he won't be happy with that. Nino definitely being quite aggressive there, and he really have to watch out because remember, he was on vacation until now, but he also had a 2 race ban from the 12th race ban he had from last season. So he really needs to watch out his driving. I mean, he's not being dirty, but he's on the edge. He's on the edge. He really needs to watch out the dives, and he's on softer tires. He's quicker, but let's see, really trying there, the AlphaTauri, but he cannot really have a look. So let's go back on here and look at that. The McLaren going around the outside, the Racing Point trying to defend down the inside. He really wants that. As Oli Flabble, they bang wheels and they're still side by side. Surprisingly, they're still fighting for that. None of them went outside the track, but now the Renault will have a look on Brett. Brett definitely with those 11 lap mediums. Well, we could say 8 because the safety car, I don't really count it. Is he gonna start struggling? But I don't know. And we can see Mateus just on the edge of the DRS range, and I don't know if he's just waiting for the last couple of laps to start attacking, but well, I mean, it seems 7 tenths away, not bad. And we can see Nino again all over the Williams. He's gonna try it. I mean, you could see that one coming. Definitely the Williams want to be happy, and look at that, now is the Merc involved in the fight, and if Nino is as aggressive as he's been there, that could probably end in a crash. I'm not even kidding with this statement. It's not even bold. And we can see they're really close from each other. So we can see Nino picking up another 3-second time penalty. I think it's the second one in the whole race, but not sure about it. And we can see Rocco 4.4. I mean, he's slowly catching. We can see he has the pace, but I don't know, 6 laps remaining. I mean, definitely he won't be on the podium, neither in the fight for the win, but I don't know, maybe for a top 6, top 5, yeah, it's gonna be a close one. And let's go back to the fight in front. As we can see, Brett not catching only, but he's under pressure from the Renault. Definitely, I think he can feel the breath from Jamie, you know, behind his neck. And we can see this is a 5-way battle, as Ethan has been able, you know, to keep up with them, and Nino loses a position to Bran, and Bran is 1.5 behind Hugh. So we can see that Nino is already struggling with those tires, but is he gonna try again? Yeah, he's going around the outside. They're gonna be side by side on this fast right-handed corner, which is really difficult, and Nino tries to stick it around, but he touches the gravel and watch out because he could lose the car, but he just saves it. And yeah, Yeah, the only battle he could, you know, be proud of. Well, I wouldn't say proud of, but yeah, he definitely didn't have it. And now, yeah, I don't know if he will retire in the pits or what, but yeah, not the race he wanted. We will keep an eye on what he does. But let's go back with this battle for fourth, which is looking promising. I mean, it seems like Brett at any time could actually try the move on Ollie. But yet, this is just the DRS slipstream train. And we have yellow flags. Yeah, he's retiring in the pits. Oh, wait. No, on the entry. Come on, you're better than that. So we have a safety car for the last couple of laps. And that's looking suspicious. Let's see if the car is still there. And I'm gonna go on board with Devin. And that gives Rocco the opportunity he wanted. Yeah, and we are not gonna be able to see it, but I don't know if there are pieces. I should have sticked with him. I mean, I was about to stick with him because I knew that there was gonna be a crash. I don't know if in purpose or what, but yeah, and Lee it's on soft. We can see Ethan is on soft as well. Brett is gonna pit for soft. And definitely the safety car is gonna help massively to those who were behind, like Bran and Joey, so they have another opportunity to come back. And just give me a second, because I'm gonna do another tweet. So let's see. We will take a look. Well, I was gonna make a rundown in pens, but not the best idea. And it's gonna be interesting because Lee, Brett, Ethan, Brandon definitely have a big chance, to make moves. But it's gonna be a chaotic race. It's not gonna be easy. Let's read the comments. Yeah, now 5-lap sprint race. Exactly what I was saying. And let's see, there's gonna be another lap with the safety car. And let's see, we can see some cars side by side. Remember there was a guy who had 5 seconds, I'm not sure if... Oh, we can see some people pitting. I don't know if they got damage. Oh, I think there was someone on the grass. Well, let's hope no one picks up damage. And yeah, I mean, we have 4 people in the stream, which I appreciate. We can see that on F1 there were 12 people, 13 people. Not the best turnout, to be honest, but it's what it is. And right now, let's hope we can have a good end to this race. And I don't think there has been a message of the safety car coming in. Yeah, there has been, my bad. I haven't been paying attention, that's really bad for me. So we are back into action when Devin's thing it's... Oh, and we can see, yeah, some people getting 5-second penalty. I hope there is no wind damage around there. I don't think there is. So yeah, let's hope it doesn't affect the drivers. It would be a pity. And we can see definitely Devin. Oh, and Joey, 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. And we can see Rocco side by side there. We have yellow flags there. I think there was some contact. And it's gonna be a really chaotic final laps, as we can see Lee Kelly going for that move. I think he really needs, but he has to be cautious, as we can see McLaren into the wall, and that's Kieran. And Lee is on 4th already, and he's gonna make the overtake. No, he's really trying. I mean, he really needs to make that work, and he's gonna go down the inside. No, he doesn't. He's waiting. I mean, he really needs to put on those good laps before Devin push away. I don't know if Lee has penalties, but definitely he could be on a win, and that could be a master prediction from Eric, because I've just remembered he did put Lee on the win. So let's see what he can do. He really needs to push. I mean, he has 2 laps, even less, so he will really need to make 2 perfect laps. And yeah, we can see plenty of penalties appearing now on the screen. As we can see, Rocco really struggling, but really going for the move. But look at that, Lee going down the inside, only really trying to defend really hard on him. But he has the traction, he has the tires condition, and he's now up to 3rd. Now next target is Mateus, but he really needs to have it before these laps end, because if not, he's not gonna have an attempt on Devin. Meanwhile, behind we can see a really big train of cars. As we can see, look at that, the Williams trying to fight. No, the Williams and the AlphaTauri. As I can see some from wing going out, and that's Holly on the gravel. And Hugh is down 5th. I don't know what happened there, and I don't know. Oh, it's Rocco, that front wing damage. So unfortunate from him. And now he will try to fight to not lose that position. But look at that, Hugh now trying to move on the Renault. As we can see, Lee going side by side with the Williams. He's going to try to move. He's going to try around the outside. Is he going to have the DRS? I don't know. He's still side by side. I think the Williams is going to try and save. Yeah, but I think he's not fighting for the win. I think right now he's fighting for that second spot. But with DRS that I think he will have, who will have it? I think it's none of them. Oh no, of course, DRS is not enabled, but Leroy will definitely have a look down the inside, so they are really fighting for that second spot, and they're still fighting. As we can see a big pile up of cars, you know, going really close from each other, and we can see everyone. I mean, penalties could decide definitely the half of the podium. Lee cannot make the move, and if he has penalties advantages over Devin, he is not taking that advantage. As we can see here, the Mercedes trying down the inside of the AlphaTauri. Definitely Rocco really struggling, but still quite close from the cars ahead. And Brett locking up, almost crashing into the AlphaTauri as he's going down the inside again. Now this time he makes the move, and meanwhile ahead we can see the Williams and the Renault fighting for position. The Renault from Jamie is going to try down the inside, but he holds it. Now round the outside, but it's going to be the Williams who is ahead. So really good stuff from him, and it's going to be Devin Patuis, if I'm not mistaken, with that surname. The Dutch driver from Red Bull, as well as Max Verstappen, who takes the win in the Dutch Grand Prix. And meanwhile, Mateus takes 2nd, Lee takes 3rd, Jamie takes 4th, Rocco takes 5th with penalties. So in the end, Lee takes a great 3rd spot after the whole race. I mean, he has been through. That's yeah, driver today, definitely Devin. I mean, he's just what a masterclass. Definitely his F1 pace. And there will be a talk on with the admins. And I think there's gonna be plenty of incidents reported after this chaotic ending, because there were a lot of people crashing into each other. I think it was on the limit. It will be on the limit. And what an ending to this amazing race, I have to say. Devin, from 12th to 1st, he takes an amazing win on the Dutch Grand Prix. As Mateus, after starting 3rd, he finishes 2nd, and he consolidates himself in the 2nd spot in the standings. Lee Kelly in a amazing. Why am I saying amazing? Amazing third spot. And after that, Jamie in fourth. Good race from him. Rocco lost the victory there. Ollie in sixth. Brandon in seventh. Energy. Well, Ethan in eighth. Brett in ninth. And Hugh in 10th after all those penalties he had. I mean, these are not gonna be probably definite results. Ollie had a 5-second penalty he probably didn't deserve. Some drivers didn't deserve 5 seconds. Probably Brand, probably Hugh was one of them. So yeah, definitely these are not the definite results. So there will be changes. There will be changes. And we'll have to wait and see. So this is all for today. I mean, I would do interviews, but my voice is cracking all over the place. This has been my last stream as a commentator. I mean, it has been a pleasure, a massive pleasure, to be part of the commentary team of IRL, and really appreciated they gave me the opportunity after such a long time asking for it. So yeah, it has been a pleasure. From next week on, probably it will be Jack Yates taking you through all the things, through all the races in F2. I hope the turnout gets better, so you can enjoy more action and better action. And as I said, really enjoyed everything. Really enjoyed every single stream. And see you next week in what it would be, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see the calendar. Yeah, why never have ready all the things? I always take a look. Yeah, the next race would be Austria. Seriously, am I missing Austria? I love Austria and I'm not racing. Brilliant. But anyways, guys, yeah, it has been a pleasure. Jack Yates will be here next week with the Austrian Grand Prix. So goodbye and see you next week.